Let's begin. So, you know, just want to say, of course, our company Riemann, obviously, of course, all of you know that we have phenomenal products, right? And, yes, we have phenomenal products, but also another reason why we've become who we become is our compensation plan. And, a lot of companies out there, if you think about it, has great products. They have great nutritional stuff, skincare stuff, but not every company out there, does these type of numbers or goes number one or has such a success story, right? So sometimes you have to think about it. Yes, the product sells itself, but at the same time, if there's not a good compensation plan attached to the company, it's very hard to grow exponentially to the point where where you have leaders and individuals making a very good income, and of course, many individuals is working with us and making a very good side income as well. So, it's all the factors involved that makes Riemann who we are today, right? It's the products, it's the people, right? It's the compensation plan, it's our pricing, it's our philosophy, right? It's a combination of everything that makes who we are today. Imagine you are part of Riemann today, but the compensation plan only paid you a maximum of 10% commission. Many people would still do it for 10% in commission, right? But can we agree that if it was only 10% in commission, we wouldn't have the same success we would have today as well? The unique thing about a compensation plan is that we can actually target, all people from whether they're in big business, small business, whether they're professionals, non-professionals. We can attract so many people to our compensation plan. And a lot of people always ask me this question. They go, "Hey, Steve, what's so different about your compensation plan versus other compensation plans? What's so different about Riemann, right? In a short form, right?" And I tell people all the time because I've had many conversations with other leaders in other companies and other leaders asking me the same question as well. What's so different, about Riemann, right? What's different, right? And I tell them, our compensation plan, has three parts to it, okay? And which I'm going to share with you about those three parts today as well. And if you could really explain to people our compensation plan on those three tiers, on those three sections, and really, portray it where someone can understand it very clearly, it'll make people understand our business much easier as well, right? Yes, we have a great compensation plan, but sometimes you may explain it the wrong way where they're not understanding it fully. So, you know, sharing the compensation plan and sharing the company background, explaining it correctly is also very, very important too. The words that you use, to explain it, our compensation, all that is very important for you to get the right results and right response when people listen to our compensation plan, right? So, the first thing that I want to do share with you is, um, when I talk about three parts, right? I always tell people this. Like, someone asks me, so what's special about your compensation plan, right? I tell them, there's three parts to our compensation plan, and each part attracts different groups of people. Today we live in a world where many people today are used to working a side gig, right? A side job, a side hustle, part-time job, right? Because today many people, of course, due to inflation, due to expenses and costs of living, right? We have to work extra to make a little bit extra money, right? Our 9 to 5 salary doesn't cut it anymore, right? Even when I was growing up and I was seeing my mother as a nurse, even though she was making six figures, she was still struggling financially, even making six figures a year. And at an early age, that kind of, made a big question in my mind, like, how's that even possible? You make six figures a year, but you're still struggling financially. And of course, it's because of many different reasons, of course, right? If you have three kids, all going to school, college expenses, obviously there's a lot of expenses, cost of living, everything adds up, of course. So even though you make a six-figure income, you still could be living paycheck to paycheck, and you could be living on very small means just to get by, right? So, you know, obviously today now everyone is looking for a side hustle, a side gig, right? So, and many people are already used to this right now as well, right? Many people that work as an affiliate, influencers, content creators, people that have part-time side gigs, they're used to the whole industry word of saying side gig, side hustle. So the first part of our compensation plan attracts to them. So let people know that, hey, look, our first part of the compensation plan, it's more suitable and attracts the individuals that want to work with us on a part-time basis, the affiliates, the influencers, the part-timers that want to earn 10, 20, 30% commissions. That's planner, manager, and senior manager. So I'd like to share with them that portion because some people are only interested in that section only, right? So that's why I mentioned like that sometimes to people. And then number two is our, team leader position, right? Is more of a, I would say, of course, direct sales type of position where obviously it's team building. Obviously, you need a team. And the individuals that have experience in direct sales or experience in team building or leadership positions, they understand that, okay, if I want to build a big business, I can't do it by myself. It's not just me by myself doing some sales. I'd rather have a team and build from there on. Other individuals, they don't want a team. They want to just do things on their own and sell by themselves and earn their retail commissions, right? So that's part one. But second part, obviously, are for individuals that want to build a distribution team, individuals that understand that, okay, I'd rather earn 1% of the efforts of 100 people versus 100% of my own efforts, right? So team building, of course, is your part two, which has more of the direct sales side, leadership side, team building side, and where you can earn a higher margin as well. Now, the third part is for individuals, of course, that are looking for even a higher margin and a strong leadership role they want to play with the company and earn revenue share. Now, these are the individuals that want to play a big part. They understand that, okay, you know what? On top of my 40% or team building, I would love to earn a percentage of whatever the company does in total sale volume. That's the director and higher position for them. So there's three parts to it, right? So, what makes Remont is because our compensation plan is so attractable to so many people. It's not only one way, like, hey, you got to build on your left, you got to build on your right, you got to sign up 5 over here, 5 over here, you got to do this, you got to do this. And it's like a one-way structure of working. The fact that we're so suitable for all types of people, it makes it very attractable. So if I'm very interested in just, hey, I want to build a large team, and I see that you have positions to make some good income and high tiers, then I look at the team leader higher. I'm focused on going team leader. I'm focused on becoming a director, senior, national director. But if I'm always used to just, hey, I love selling things online. I love making videos online. I love just sharing products online. I love creating content online. And I have many followers that buy skincare products, or many people at my church or my work office, they all love skincare too. And I can just share it amongst them and just sell products to them. And I would love to just earn 10, 20, 30% commission. Then that's the planner manager, team manager role, right? So it's great that we share all this and we have all this, but at the same time, you have to, you have to explain it correctly because you might be a team builder, you might be someone thinking big, right? But if you just talk only your language, you also lose the smaller people as well. But if you're also into the whole affiliates and part-time and 10, 20, 30%, you're not into the big business building, and you only talk about the affiliate side of the smaller numbers, and that because that's who you are, then you'll lose the bigger people as well. So the best way of doing it is to be able to explain 1, 2, and 3 and have a good conversation to explain all 3 parts as well. I just had a conversation with an individual in Dubai just yesterday as well. Very successful individual that's obviously a big player, and we had a Zoom call, and I spoke to him on a very high level, right? Told him, hey, we have one section for affiliates and distributors that are looking to make 10, 20, 30%. We also have the direct sales looking to make 40%, of course, and a higher margin leadership side for revenue share in the bigger picture. So that type of conversation, of course, he was interested, of course, in the higher tickets and higher, bigger picture. So I obviously focused it more catered towards that field, right? But you want to show all sections of it because as you build your business, as you build your Remont business, you're going to have the smaller customers. You're going to have the smaller planners and managers that they don't do big sales, but they only do a few hundred a month in BP, right? Maybe 1,000 a month in BP, maybe 2,000 a month in BP, right? Every person, even the smaller ones, are also very, very important people that, of course, makes and helps you grow your business as well. So whether they're doing part-time, small sales, doesn't matter. we want to, of course, keep everybody, and we want to cater to everybody as well, right? So those are the three parts of the compensation plan that makes Remon so special as well, right? And of course, as a planner, of course, many of you know that, as a planner, you earn 10% in retail commissions, right? So everything in terms of you getting a customer, you earn 10%. And on top of that, you also earn 5% in sponsorship commission from another planner as well. So if you're a planner and you sign up a planner, you earn 5% of everything the planner does. But as a planner itself, think about it. If you pay $20 to get started with us, you don't sign up even one person, and all you did was just get customers, you'll still make 10% of that every single time you get a customer. And here's an example, right? The planner signs up a customer, which is, of course, free to sign up. And a customer just orders one EX line set, which is about, let's say, 300 business points. You receive 10% of the 300 business points, which is $30 in commission, right? Which is, of course, not a lot, but still, if you're getting $30 just by sharing products and you're excited about it, and you're getting $30, $30, $30, $30, it adds up. 30 sets is already $900 extra in income. Depending on how old you are, if you're younger, of course, an extra $1,000 a month, it's great money. When I was younger, $1,000 was like, wow, great extra income. Just for going out there and sharing skincare products, and I make $30 for sharing it. I'm sharing amazing products, affordable products, clean products, number 1K beauty products, and I only took $20 to get started. And by sharing one set, doing 30 sets a month, I make $900. Come on, where else can you do this, even at the smaller level? And let's say you said after you start sharing the products, someone goes, I want to join. How much is it to join? They live in America, $20. They live in Canada, it's free to join. Live in Malaysia, free to join, right? Philippines, right? Hong Kong, Taiwan, $20 enrollment. And if that planner goes out and sells and orders and customer, they get 5% of that, right? So if you sign up a planner and they start keeping their 10%, they order products, you get 5% of everything the planner does, which is $15 in commission. You didn't do any work, but then you still got paid $15. So if that planner went out there and just did, let's say, bought 30 sets and sold 30 sets, you'll get paid 30 times 15, which is $450. Plus, if you went out there and you sold your 30 sets, that's additional $900. You could be making additional $1,300 as a planner just by sharing skincare products, just by doing it on the retail level. Even on a smaller scale, you have to understand that, even for individuals, like really just getting started, they have no money, or they're low on money, or maybe they're younger, and an extra $1,000 is good money for them. Hey, this is even a great position at planner as well, right? And of course, as you get customers, as you build this up and you get your 3,000 points, obviously we all graduate and we upgrade our status to what? The position of manager, right? And manager, obviously, as a manager, you get 20% in retail commissions and up to 10% in sponsorship commission, right? So 20% retail commissions, how does it work, right? Well, if you sign up a customer, let's say you're a manager now, you did your 3,000 points, right? And you went out there, you signed up a customer. Customers gets just one EX line set, something very small, which is obviously reasonable, right? And just by getting that one set now, instead of the $30 you used to make, now you're making $60 per set you sell. What if you sold 30 sets in a month as a manager in commissions, right? That'd be 30 times 60. That's, how much is that, right? It's a pretty good money, right? It's like $1,800 as a manager, just by going out there and selling 30 sets, keep sharing the product, sharing the products. 300 BP, it's not much, it's a couple $100. Can people afford this? 100%, right? And all you do is share, do demos, skincare demos, meet people one-on-one, sold one set a day, additional $1,800 on the side. Maybe you got some referrals on top with all the people you met already, right? That's pretty good, right? Even just at the manager level, just by selling only one basic small set, you can make additional $1,800. It's a lot. Some people work full time and make $1,800 a month after taxes, right? And then up to 10% in sponsorship commission. Example, take a look at this, right? So now you become a manager, you're sharing products. Obviously, people want to sign up. They sign up as a planner too. And if that planner obviously orders products and sells products, they keep their 10%, but 10% of that goes up to you. So as that planner of every one EX line set they sell, you earn $30. So if you had a planner that was excited just like you, went out there and sold 30 sets too, you're making 30 times 30, that's $900 from work that you didn't even do. You didn't do any work, but you just got $900 as a manager by helping a planner just sell one set a day. One set a day as a manager. Now, was it that difficult for me to become a manager? No. I could just sell 10 sets and I could become a manager, right? But imagine I sold a set every single day for 30 days straight. As a manager, I would have made additional, $60 times 30 sets, which is $1,800 extra in my pocket. Now, the masses in the world today, they're not looking to make big money. The masses in the world today are looking to make additional $500 a month, $1,000 a month extra, right? $1,500 a month, maybe $2,000 a month, right? If you could share with them on how to make additional $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 to $1,800 a month, the manager here didn't even recruit one person, didn't even recruit a planner. All the manager did was sold one set a day and made additional $1,800. $1,800 as a manager. They didn't do not much to become a manager, and you can still make 18. But let's say you signed up one other planner that went out there and sold a set a day, right? Obviously you'll get pretty good commission. Obviously you would already get bumped up and get upgraded to senior manager, but you can see that even on a smaller level, just by sharing the products and getting customers, you can make a lot of money even from manager and higher as well. If you were selling one set a day and you had just one more team member that sold one set a day, you know how much you would earn part-time? Minimum, extra $2,700 a month, extra as a manager. Now, let me ask you a question. If $2,700 came in every single month for you, how good would that be, right? And of course, if you did that, of course, you're gonna get more referrals, more customers. Obviously, you get pumped up to the next position to senior manager, right? And we know that senior manager gets a little bit excited because why? You get 25% retail commissions. You also get up to 15% in sponsorship commissions and 5% on senior manager group, right? And I'll explain how all three parts work, right? 25% of retail commission for example. Now you become a senior manager. Obviously, if you sold that many sets, right, you're gonna become a senior manager, right? And think about this. You just selling one basic small EX line set, 300 BP, you received 25% of the 300 BP, which is what? $75 in commission, right? So now every set that you sell, you earn $75. And in sponsorship commissions, right? Think about it. You sign up a planner that orders a 300 BP, right? 300 BP, planner keeps 10%, 15% goes up to you as a senior manager, which is $45 in commission. Plus, the 5%, you get additional 5% on your team. So if a planner right below you, you get additional 5%. And on the customer side too, you get the 25% of retail commissions, but as you get the additional 5%, you get additional 5% amongst the sale. So you're now making some pretty good income now, of course, as a senior manager. Like if I was a senior manager and I wasn't really recruiting or team building and I just wanted to go out there and sell some products, sell some sets, right? One set a day, selling one set a day of products generates me almost close to about $100 a day, a few $1,000s, a day, a month, that means, by just doing one set a day, right? If that was your goal a day, just doing one set a day, selling one set of EX line per day is your goal, is your mission, you could get up to close to $100 a day. That would be almost $3,000 a month extra now in your pocket, just by going out there and just selling some products without even recruiting one person. But of course, we could all go out there and sell a lot of customers and obviously make some extra income. And many of you, of course, like to just only get customers. Maybe some of you in the call right now are not really into team building and recruiting and doing the whole big picture here. And that's why if you are just into getting customers, of course, this is perfect for you. But of course, the best type of people that, you want to become is you want to be a good customer getter, but also you want to become a great team builder. You want to get good in both aspects, you know, and the reason why I say that is because yes, you could become a great customer getter, but you might meet somebody that likes to build a team. So you need to also carry some of those traits of a team builder. Or you might be just a team builder and not really a customer getter, but you're going to meet people. And if you only talk about team building in front of people that only want to get customers, you might lose those people as well. That's why you want to have the trait of both sides of talking about customers and talking about team building as well. Because, you know, for example, I have a girl on our team, and you know, she's literally just, you know, has a website, made a website, and you know, she used to do, you know, SEO servicing and, you know, like Google ads and all that, but now she doesn't. And now when people look up, I guess, in Seldom, her website pops up, right? And you know, she adds about minimum 100 new customers every single month. And every month she gets about, I would say, I don't know, 75 customers that order every month. And she's a senior manager, and she literally doesn't even talk to these customers, and they just order it. So some people do stuff like that online to get a bunch of customers, right? If your website is popping up, right? And there's other individuals that, you know, obviously do more of a, I would say, on social media. They create content, they talk about a product, and you know, they do some ads, and then people say, hey, send me the link. They send the link out, right? So there's people that just do online on a website through SEO that get customers. There's individuals that do, you know, content creating and get customers online as well. And of course, obviously, you could do pop-ups and meetings with people, and they come to the meeting and pop up, try the products. And if they don't want to sign up as a planner or hire, then they can sign up as a customer. So there's different ways of getting customers, but we can all agree that getting a lot of customers is obviously pretty valuable in terms of the extra income you can make, even from the senior manager position and on, right? And of course, team leader, right? It's 40% of retail commissions and up to 40% of sponsors commissions. So once you become team leader, which of course is an exciting position now, of all your customers, you're earning, you know, 40%. So same example, if you became a team leader and you just sold one set of EX line, you receive $120 per EX line you sell. If you do this every day, right? That'll be about $3,600 a month extra you would receive in just customer, you know, orders, right? There's some team leaders in Remon today that add about, I would say, you know, 300, 400, 500 customers a month, you know, and they do about almost 100,000 BP just on customer orders. So if the team leader was not really focusing on recruiting, but only did about $100,000, 100,000 BP a month in just customer orders, then they're getting 40% of the 100,000. Then how much are they making? $40,000 in commissions. Some team leaders do about 50,000 in customer orders a month in BP, right? Think about it. You're getting 40% of the 50,000, right? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, right? You know, some team leaders do 10, 20,000 in personal customer orders. It's $8,000 extra on top of your team building income rate as well, right? So obviously, as a customer orders, you're getting the maximum amount of compensation, right? But of course, as a team leader, you know, you can, of course, as an example, if you have a planner in your team that orders one EX line set, they keep 10% and 30% goes with you, which is $90 in commission. So if you had 10 planners that went out there and just did one EX line set as a team leader, you would earn $900. If you had 100 planners that bought one EX line set, you would earn 9,000 in commissions from that, right? So obviously, having a distribution team is very, very beneficial as well because of the retail and of course the sponsorship commissions you earn, you know, as a team leader, you know, and of course director, you know, you're getting everything of the TL compensation, but also you're getting the incentives of your entire group. You get additional 2%, plus you get the last incentive, which is that a qualified director can share 1% revenue of the monthly revenue of the company every 30 days, you know, and the leadership achievement score, you know, so as a director, you get 2 points. So the way to calculate this is if there's like 50 directors and every director is earning 2 points, now there's 100 points. Now, if the total amount of revenue for the month was $10 million, you would just divide that by the 50 directors we have. Sorry, the 100 points that we have with the $10 million, which will be equivalent to about $2,000. I'm sorry, $1,000 per point. And if you're a director, then you get $2,000. If each point was equal to $1,500 and you had 2 points, your revenue share would be $3,000. If the points, so, as you get more points, as you become a director and senior and national, you get more points. And that just means that you get more revenue share from the company as well, which is nice because, if you have business in America, then you have business in Asia, you get both sides of the compensation at the team lead, at the director position and higher as well. So let's talk about sponsorship commission for a little bit. And I want to share with you just a diagram of the sponsorship commission, okay? I know many of you today, of course, are managers, for example, right? And even at the manager position, of course, it gets pretty exciting, even from the manager position as well. So, for example, if you are the manager here, and you're at that 20% mark, right? As a manager, okay, if you sign up a manager, so when this manager first signs up, obviously they're ordering 3,000 points. They earn 10% of this 3,000, but 10% goes up to you, which is 300 here. So manager, let's see here, planner orders, a 1,500 kit. They keep 10%, and 10% goes up to you, which is 150. So as a manager, you can still earn additional 150, 300, and of course, as soon as you hit 6,000 in points, now you can become, of course, a senior manager. And by you being a manager and you sign up even just one manager, you automatically become a senior manager as well. And of course, as a senior manager, what's good about senior managers is if you sign up a manager, you now start earning, since the manager keeps 10% and you get a total of 30, 20% of the 3,000 goes up to you, 20% of the 3,000, which is $600 in commission. So every time you sign up a manager, you earn $600 per manager you sign up. So let's say you're a senior manager right now on the call, right? And every week you signed up one manager, which is only 3,000 points, right? You signed up one manager a week. Then how much would you earn, right, for the month? You would earn $600 times 4, which would be $2,400 for the month as a senior manager. Now, can we agree that you being a senior manager and you just only signing up one manager a week and earning additional $2,400 for the month, it's a pretty good deal, right? Pretty good. Let's say you said, you know what? On top of that, you sold, I don't know, 2.5 to 3 sets a week. Let's say you sold 3 sets a week, right? 3 EX line sets, nothing even big, very, very basic sets, right? So you sold a total of 3 sets per week, which is total of 12 sets for the month, right? 12 sets a month times 300 BP, right, is 4,200 BP. And out of the 4,200 BP, since you're getting 30% of that, 4,200 and the 30% equals to additional 1,260. So you can earn additional 1,260 by just getting some customer orders for the month. So if you are a senior manager right now and you just signed up only one manager a week, which is obviously not too difficult to sign up one manager a week, that'd be $2,400 plus if you sold just 3 EX line sets for the week, then you would earn additional total of $2,400 plus $1,260 plus 2,400, which would be additional $3,600 for the month as a senior manager. Okay, as a senior manager, right? I'm not sure why someone's drawing at the same time as me, but if you are, please don't draw. So as a senior manager, right? Think about it, right? Think about it as a senior manager, okay? One manager sign up per week, 3 EX line sets a week. As a manager, okay? That would generate you 3,600. Pretty good, right? As a senior manager. This pays a lot of payment. It could be a mortgage payment, rent payment, car payment, your insurance. You could probably pay off most of your expenses in a month just by signing up one manager a week and doing 3 EX line sets, right? One recruit, and of course, some customer orders, and now you're earning 3,600, right? But even as a senior manager, you know, if you doubled this to 2 managers a week, and you sold a total of 6 EX sets a week, you would earn now $7,200 now for the month as a senior manager. As a senior manager, you know, and can we agree that somebody signing up and doing 3,000 points either by themselves or with some customers is not that difficult, right? Obviously, if you meet with people enough, they can sign up as a manager, right? And selling the EX sets, we can all agree that it's not too difficult as well. But if you continue this every single month, you know, you would eventually become a team leader. Why? Because this is already 6,000 in points. You selling the sets is another 7,200 in points. This will equal to about 13,000 BP minimum, plus more than that every single month. And now your team members are joining, you have new customers ordering. Obviously, this 13,000 BP now, next month, you should have now double it, 26,000 BP now, because you have team members now, and more customers are coming in. And every month you should be able to increase it because now you have more and more people coming into your team. And of course, doing this consistently now, you will eventually become a team leader. So it's not that difficult becoming a team leader. You just have to do the basics of signing up distributors, getting customers, earning income, and doing consistently every week, every single day until you hit the 50,000 milestone to unlock team leader position, right? So even at the sponsorship commission of a senior manager, it gets pretty exciting, you know. But all of you that are here right now, of course, we want you to, of course, become a team leader, right? And obviously, we know that team leader, if this is you, you need to have a minimum of obviously 3 senior managers, right? SM, SM, SM. We know that we need 3 senior managers, right? We know that you got to do that to become a team leader. And trust me on this, if you keep on doing meetings, you keep on doing demos and pop-ups, you're eventually going to find senior managers. Senior managers join senior manager. You know why they join senior manager? Because they see the value of Remon. They see the value of our products. Think about it. If someone didn't see value in our products or value in our company, do you think someone would spend 6,000 BP? Of course not. The better you share with others the value of our company, then it's easy for someone to dish out 6,000 and sign up at 6,000, right? The reason why many people personally signed up senior manager directly with me is why? Because I was able to explain correctly, but more importantly, show the value of Remon, show the value of the products, show the value of working with me, show the value of working with our team. See, if value is there, price is irrelevant. Think about it. I could tell all of you this. Hey, if I told you, I'll give you, if I told you, hey, you need to come up with $10,000 tomorrow, you said, it's impossible, Steve, for me to find $10,000 by tomorrow. But if I told you I'll give you a brand new Ferrari that's worth $250,000, or a Bentley or a Lamborghini for $10,000. Can we all agree by tomorrow you'll find $10,000? See, as soon as the reason or the product or the value changed to the car that's worth $250,000, you said now $10,000. Oh, I'll find it right away. For $250,000 car, no problem. If you could buy a house for $10,000, of course you'll come up with $10,000, even though in the beginning you might have said, where am I going to find $10,000, right? So when you share with people about Riemann, you really got to share the value of Riemann. And when they see the value of Riemann and the big vision of Riemann, then of course it's like, okay, if it's that valuable, of course I'm going to sign up as a senior manager. Of course I'm going to go run for team leader. Of course I'm going to run for director. To get a percentage of all the Asia sales, to get a percentage of all the North America sales for K-Beauty, next 3 to 5 years, as we become a multi-billion-dollar company, as we open up 40, 50 countries and we have market share in 40, 50 countries doing multiple billions, and I can get a percentage of all of that, and I'm not going to become, of course I'm going to run for director, right? You got to share value first so that they see it and they can, of course, commit, right? And of course, you got to also let them know the value of, of signing up as a senior manager, right? Or a manager, you got to share the value of all of that, because think about it. Give me a second here. When you talk to people about signing up as, a manager, a senior manager, right? You got to share with them the value of managing senior manager, right? You get the discount, of course, when you purchase the product. You get the rebate when you purchase the products. But not only in that, you start at the higher tier on day one as well. But not only that as well, you build a also, sorry, my whiteboard is not working now, but you have to share with that value. So for example, when I talk about senior manager, yes, I can talk to you about it, but sometimes me just saying it one time, you don't understand it. So if someone's a little confused and they're still hesitant about, let's say, signing up as a senior manager, what do you got to do? You got to actually draw it out now. Okay, they might, I'm not understanding from me telling you about senior manager, 6,000 points. And they hear that, they might not, they still not, think about it. Your first time hearing about Riemann, did you fully understand? Of course not. You have to hear it multiple times. So our compensation plan is amazing, but at the same time, people don't get it the first time. So what do you got to do, right? On top of course, sharing the compensation plan and sharing the value, you also sometimes have to write it down. Hey, look, this is senior manager signing up at 6,000 points. You get this amount of cash back, this amount of free products, this amount of free products in the starter kits. This is the value of this. Also, you get become a senior manager in day one, and you start at the higher position. And now, as you sign up new people, when you're a senior manager and you sign up one other senior manager, you earn $600. You sign up one manager, you earn $600. So when you can share the value of why senior manager is so good, and I'm listening to this, like, okay, I get 20% back. Okay, that's good. I start at the higher 30% tier on day one. Okay, that's good. I sign up a senior manager the next day. I make $600 right away. That's amazing. I sign up a manager the next day. I make $600 again right away the next day. That's amazing. So now I'm calculating this. Okay, I have 6,000 business points in. I get 20% back. I get free products back. Could be about 25% back in my pocket. And now every time I sign a new manager, senior manager up, I make $600 per sign up. I tell myself, okay, I could sign up 6, 7, 8 people, and I get, that's already over, I make my money back. Plus, if I sell my inventory, I also now make double the income as well. So when you share the value of that, and also the reason, the fact that, okay, you need to have 50,000 points to become team leader, and your 6,000 that you sign up with also counts towards the 50,000 you need, think about it. Think about how many values I just listed. And on top of that, of course, your story. And another reason why I tell people this, look, the reason why you want to sign up as a senior manager is because you also want to have a fast success story. In this industry, it's all about stories. When you go fast, when you sign up as a senior manager, guess what's going to happen in the future? Your team members will sign up as a senior manager. They do what you do, not what you say. And for me, many people ask me the same thing. Hey, Steve, how did you have success? You know what my story is? My story is always the same thing every single time. When I first started, I started as senior manager, first 24 hours. What did I do? I shared with 50 people, became team leader my first 7 days. And that story I share, guess what everybody wants to do now? They all sign up senior manager for it right away, or they try to. And they all try to become a very fast team leader, 7 days, 30 days, right? A fast team leader, because if someone already has success at the highest position company, guess what you got to do? Just follow them and see exactly what they did. There's no other secrets, but just following the same exact steps of what someone else did to get to the top of the company, right? And if you follow those exact same steps, wouldn't it be obviously very doable and possible to get to the highest position in the company, right? So, and I tell people, of course, starting as a senior manager, it's a lot. That's $6,000 plus dollars. For a guy like me to buy $6,000 worth of beauty products was a lot, honestly. So even though I didn't come from skincare background, beauty background, not a female, a lot of products, I don't use that many products like that, but I still needed the story. I still needed to have the business success story. I knew that this industry was about storytelling, right? It wasn't about just, oh, I just made extra $500. That's not going to sell, right? I knew that I needed a success story, a business story, right? So I share that story with new people as well. So I let them know that, hey, look, if you can, start as senior manager. But if you can't, that's fine. I don't pressure people to start as senior manager. I just share my story. If they choose to go senior manager, great. And of course, many people have. And then many people haven't as well. They started maybe a planner, buy a 1,500 business point kit, which is fine too. Everybody is in different shoes, in different situations, in different financial situations. I like to say, hey, look, start with whatever you're comfortable with, right? Whichever financial situation you're in. If you want to go slow, go slow. If you want to go fast, you go fast. I'll give you both scenarios, right? And you want to lay it out to them, but also at the same time, share value of senior manager and let them know that, hey, but once you become a team leader, look at the benefits of the 40%. Now, instead of earning $600 per manager or senior manager sign up, you earn $1,200 and $1,000 per manager and per senior manager sign up. And they're like, are you serious? You make $1,000+ per person you sign up at the team leader position? That's insane. Plus, you get 40% back. That's insane. Plus, you get leadership positions. That's insane, right? So when the value is there, price is irrelevant, right? So, and that's, of course, sponsors and commissions for, of course, senior managers. And, obviously for team leaders, as I mentioned, it's, you sign up a senior manager, it's $1,200. You sign up a manager, it's $1,000. So it's a lot of money from team leader and higher once you go out there and you sign up managers and senior managers. When I was a team leader, every month I signed up a few managers and senior managers personally every single month. So my sponsorship commission every single month was a few managers plus a few senior managers personally, plus some customer orders, plus my team building commissions, right, as a team leader. And that's how I really built it from team leader and higher, right? So, and of course, when you become a team leader, obviously the retail commissions and of course the leadership incentives. So let's talk a little bit about now, the leadership incentives a little bit and share with you a little bit about, how you should be structuring your business and how you could build your business, from today and on. So for example, obviously all of you are building your business today, right? This is you. And yes, the minimum you need is 3 partners as a senior manager, okay? Now, many of you may already have 3 partners. Many of you might have already 3 senior managers. Or many of you right now are looking to get 3 senior managers, which the company says just get 3, right? And me personally, yes, I got my 3 in the beginning, but I knew that the 3 that I had, they can go fast, they can go slow. It wasn't really based off my speed. It was based on their speed. So me personally, which you don't have to do, but this is what I did, was I kept on signing up more people on my first generation. First generation me directly underneath me. I met people, and there's many people that signed up as a planner that eventually became a manager. I met many people that became a planner that eventually became a senior manager, right? And I kept signing people up on my first generation, because I knew that, okay, you know what? I want to get the team leader right away. But I also knew that, okay, I'm going to help my team members, of course, but I can't, obviously, senior manager A could go fast, but senior manager B can go slow. Senior manager C can go slower. It's not up to me on how fast they go. So if I want to have a very fast success story, I can't only depend on my team. I can only depend on what I do personally. So that's why I went out there and I kept on signing people up, meeting people, signing people up nonstop until, I've had, obviously the 50,000 points done right away. But if I waited on my 3 senior managers to become and sign up more people, I probably would have taken much longer, honestly, to become a team leader. So, when you're building, right, I like to tell people, hey, go 10 wide, and 10 deep if you want to build on a bigger scale. But if you're looking to do this on a smaller scale, you don't have to go 10 wide and 10 deep. You can do it just 3 wide and a few deep, or maybe 4 or 5 wide and a few deep as well, right? So, that's how I will build a structure. And I'm just sharing with you a little bit about now the incentives when you become a team leader and higher, right? Obviously, you want to have a lot of team leaders and higher. And for example, right, if you're a team leader, when you become a team leader, and obviously when you're a team leader, you want to become a director, right? And of course, the easiest way, of course, of becoming a director is by having many, many leaders in your team, many team leaders, many senior managers, many planners, many customers. Having a lot of people obviously increases your chances, of course, of becoming a director as well. But just to share with you the incentives, okay? So for example, if you're a team leader and you had a team leader here, and team leader here, and team leader here, you earn 15% of everything this team leader earns every single month. Now, this team leader was earning 10K a month, 10,000 a month, 10,000 a month, and 10,000 a month. That means you would earn $1,500, $1,500, $1,500, which would be $4,500 in passive income by only having 3 leaders earning 10,000 a month, right? And if you were going out there and obviously building your own customers and your own teams as well, obviously you would earn more than the $4,500 that comes in every 30 days. And your goal once you become a team leader is your passive income, whatever the amount of money that comes in every single month, your goal every month is to increase that amount. How can I increase my passive income from $4,500 a month to $5,500 a month? Now from $5,500 a month to $7,500 a month, to $7,500 to $85,000 to $95,000 to $10,000 to $20,000 to higher, right? You have to be focused on growing and scaling your business from team leader and higher every single month. And the way that I did it was, as a TL, every month I was promoting new team leaders somewhere in my organization. So even though I had a TL, maybe a new TL popped under this TL, or maybe directly underneath me, a new TL popped up. And every month, my focus and my goal was, okay, every month I'm going to promote new team leaders every 30 days. And guess what I did? Every 30 days, I promoted new team leaders. But to do so, right, obviously you need a team of managers and senior managers. And the more managers and senior managers you have in your team, guess what? They're going to be running for team leaders. So if this is you, let's say you're just a senior manager right now, right? But if you have a team, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you have 10 partners that are either planners or managers or senior managers, obviously the goal is to get every planner to become a manager, to eventually become a senior manager, right? And then, of course, you want to have 10 senior managers in your team. But not only 10 senior managers, you want to have these 10 senior managers all running to become a team leader. And every month you have now all these new 10 senior managers running to become a team leader. Now, if this happens, and let's say 1 month, one person here became a team leader, one person here became a team leader. Now you have 8 people still running to become a team leader. But what I did was I didn't just keep only 10 and just, waited for all 10 to become a team leader. As I had, let's say, 10 people running to become a team leader, guess what I did? I kept on adding more, adding more, adding more, adding more, adding more, adding more. where now I had 15 people a month running for team leader, 20 people a month running for team leader, 30 people a month running for team leader. Hey, look, some people are gonna go super slow, which is fine, but at least they're running, right? And as more and more people started running and running and running, guess what happened? More people started popping up as team leaders. More people started popping up as team leaders. And the fact that I was always adding and adding and adding, it increased my chances of more team leaders getting promoted every single month. And of course, now my team leaders had team leaders, and my team leaders had more team leaders, and now they were getting promoted. They were getting promoted. So new team leaders were getting developed. New team leaders were adding and adding and adding, and we just kept on adding and adding and adding. It's like fire, right? You want to grow the fire? What do you got to do? Throw more wood in the fire. Throw more wood in the fire, right? And how do you keep all the wood from growing? You got to have a system in place. The system, the Zooms, the orientations, the trainings keeps the fire going. That's like the fluid to the fire. You want to grow the fire, you want to add fluid, you want to add more wood, right? And the trainings and orientations kept on growing the team, kept on growing the team. And that's how from team leader, eventually I became, of course, a director, right? And that's what all of you want to focus on is having runners in your team run with you so that you can eventually become a team leader. But of course, if you're a planner right now, your first step is do whatever you can to become a senior manager. And if you're a senior manager in the call right now, do whatever you can to become a team leader, right? Because team leader gets exciting. And yeah, team leader, guess what else gets exciting? Director, right? Then senior director, and of course, national director. You know, just think about this structure here, for example. I'll show you. You know, if this is you, and you had many partners, you know, if you have many partners, you know, just 4 team leaders, your first level, right? And you are earning, you know, 15% here. Everyone's making 10,000 a month. You know, you would earn $1,500 times 4, which is $6,000 on your leadership incentive just from your first level with 4 team leaders making 10,000 a month. Whoever is drawing all this, please do not do that. All right, so here, right, just by having, and then think about this, right? Let's say you have obviously more team leaders that pop up later, right? And more team leaders that pop up. And let's say these team leaders was making, I don't know, 7,000 a month. And you earn 10% of that, right? Which is 700 times 4. That's another $2,800. That's $8,800. And then you had more team leaders, and now you're third level. Unless they're all making 8,000 a month. You get 10% of each, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. That's another $3,200. That will be about $12,000 a month in leadership match pay, in passive income, just by having 1, 2, 3, you know, a set of team leaders like this. And of course, on top of this income, plus your open line group. So if you're a team leader here and you have a senior manager here, you get 10% of the entire group below the senior manager, right? Everything below that. Obviously, if you have a planner here, you get 30%. If you have a manager here, you get 20%, right? So on top of leadership match plus your your group volume income, that could be another $8,000, you know, plus some personal customers could be another, $2,000 or $1,000. That could be generating you about 21,000 a month, which is a very reasonable number here in Remon. Let me tell you that, you know, it's all doable and all very possible. And of course, later on, as you get a bigger and bigger team, your leadership match pay, your leadership match increases every 30 days. Like for example, I love out of the compensation and out of the commissions that we earn every single month, I love the leadership match pay the most because why? If that increases, that means my team is making money, my leaders are making money. And as you help more and more leaders make money, your leadership match goes up higher and higher and higher. And think about it. Imagine just the leadership match pay every month. So for some of you, maybe 10,000 a month is exciting. But what if the leadership match became $100,000 a month, just in the leadership match only, not including sponsorship commissions, not including personal orders, not including your open line group, just a leadership match for $100,000 a month, which is very, very doable when you have many, many, many leaders on your team, many team leaders earning additional 5, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month in commissions. It's easy to have a strong leadership development. And, when we have all these countries opening up, it's very suitable for that to actually happen, right? So, me and Danny always talk about it. Our goal is to always increase the leadership portion so that many, many, many of you can also, of course, earn obviously good income with the company as well. And I know every one of you are in a different stage of your business. And I know many of you right now on the call are brand new to your planner, right? And as a planner, you're now just beginning and you're working now to become a manager. You're looking to get your first few customers, your partners, right? And if I was a planner again, of course I can make a decision to either invest and become a manager, senior manager in day one. But maybe if I'm a planner today, I don't have the funds to buy 3 or 6,000. Maybe I don't have the money to buy that kind of money, right? If I don't have that type of money, and maybe I can only buy something smaller, then I will buy something only smaller. But I would use I would do what I can with what I have, even at the planner stage. If I was a planner and I couldn't buy 3 or 6,000 BP, if I can't even buy 1,500 BP and I just had one EX line set, of course, what I would do is, of course, I would use the products myself. But number two is I would meet up with as many people as possible for them to use and try from that one set I've had. And I would go out there and just do demo after demo after demo after demo, message after message after message after message to get as many people to try the products, many people to learn about our business. But also, if you're a planner on the call today, the fastest for you to level up is also, using your mentor, right, your upline as a resource to introduce them to your potential prospects. See, many people, when you're brand new as a planner, you don't have the credibility yet with Remon because you're brand new. You're just a planner. You don't have that much experience. You're not making big money yet, right? You don't have a team yet. So when you're brand new, it's okay to be brand new. Only thing what you want to do is you want to get help from an upline so that the upline or your sponsor or the team leader, upline team leader, director can help you talk to your guest for you. That's why today earlier as well, I was talking to one of the new team members, Kat, and I told her, hey, look, you're brand new, you're in finance, and people know that you're in finance. So when you do your first pop-up, I'll be there on a Zoom call with you, and I'll explain how to use the products. I'll explain what the steps are. I'll explain, all the basics of going from step 1 to step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. So I'll walk with you, and because I have the credibility, right? And if you're planning the call right now, that's pretty much what I would do. But of course, if you really can't get 1,500 BP or manager, senior manager done, then of course, do whatever you can just to get the first EX line set yourself. Or, if you can, afford at least 1,500 BP, then guess what? You only got to find one other planner or customer to sign up as a planner with 1,500 BP for you to become a manager, right? And if you could get manager done, you can get senior manager done, right? Because if you're a manager and it's you that did 1500 BP and you had another planner that did 1500 BP, each of you signing up one more planner could help you become a senior manager, right? Not too difficult. It's not too difficult. And I told the girl earlier too, Kat, as well. I told her, like, if you're right now, you're brand new, you never had experience before, but if you really want to have a great success from the very beginning, here's one way you could having a great success story. And I told her this, we could set up a K-pop update where you can have a time where you can set up obviously a pop-up with, obviously the headbands and the facial wear and all that stuff. But prior to that, let's invite as many people as you can for that first pop-up event, for everyone that can support you. Because guess what? Your friends, your family, if they know that you're doing the business, they should support you and they should support you and they will support you, right? So your first event to increase the highest chance of success is what? To have a lot of people there. We all know one thing. If there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people coming to your first pop-up, you know that people are going to buy products. You know people are going to sign up as a customer. You know that people are going to sign up as a planner, even maybe manager, senior manager on day one. So if we can help a brand new person increase the chance of success from the very beginning by having their first pop-up, a big pop-up, that means automatically they're going to get success. They're going to get results 100%, right? So of course, I like to tell new people, like, you got to get products. You got to either make a decision, be a planner, manager, senior manager, and get started. But of course, your first pop-up, your first event increases your success ratio of course, getting a lot of customers and partners for the event. But at the same time, you have someone like myself on the Zoom call to talk to your guests for you, to explain to them for you, to walk them through the process till the end, right? That's what, of course, mentors and uplines should do for your team members, right? You want to help them along the way. Of course, everyone has a different sponsor, everyone has a different team leader. Obviously, you guys are working in different teams and different locations. But obviously, if you're the obviously the first team leader that you're supporting, then of course that team that can support you and help you out, whether it's a Zoom call or face-to-face, and walk them through for a brand new person if they're a brand new planner, right? And of course, a brand new planner does a first event, they have some great success, they have some customers, then they could become a manager, senior manager. But of course, some individuals start as a senior manager because why? They want to get products on their day one. And let's say those customers or new planners join on the first pop-up. Now, instead of getting paid as a planner, you get paid as a senior manager. You see the benefit, right? As being a senior manager right away. If I'm going to do the work anyway, I'd rather earn 30% versus 10% if I can, of course, afford it, right? So, and if I can't afford it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do whatever I can to get that money so that I can have a great success story. You never want to let money stop you from holding you back on having success with that company as well, right? Because money, you can always make money. You can always, find money. But in timing and business and your stories as well, it's, you want to hustle and bustle so that you get it done. You don't want to say, oh, I can't start because I don't have the money. That's a bad excuse, honestly. So, obviously we want to help people get a great success story. And as all of you, obviously are planners today or managers today or senior managers today, and you're working your way up to not becoming a team leader, understand that, you may ask yourself, why am I not a team leader yet? Why am I not a director yet, right? You may ask those type of questions. Trust me on this. When you're ready, you'll become a team leader. When you're ready, you'll become a director. When you have enough people on your team, you'll get to those positions. When I was on my director run, when Remon first started, my goal was to become a director. My first 3 months, right? I didn't hit it. I didn't hit director. I was short. But, at that time, I thought to myself, okay, I could be disappointed, or I can tell myself, okay, you know what? I'm not ready yet to become a director. Maybe my leadership skills aren't there yet. Maybe my team isn't big enough yet. Maybe that's the reason why I'm not a director. So guess what I did? I worked hard every single day, every single week, and every single month. And guess what happened? I eventually became a director, right? It wasn't easy. It was a lot of work, but I was consistent. I did what I had to become a director. And of course, as I became a director, as I built my story up and I was traveling and going places and meeting people, then eventually, of course, you do this long enough, the right people will always show up. sometimes, you ask yourself, when am I going to find the leader? When am I going to find a superstar? When am I going to find the ace? Let me tell you this. You do this long enough, the aces, they will pop up. The leaders, they'll pop up. It's inevitable. Eventually, you do this long enough, trust me, they will pop up. You just got to do it long enough until they show up. Usually, people do this for a short period of time and they don't see the magic because they did it for such a short period of time. You got to be consistent and persistent until you find those type of leaders that, obviously help you grow your business as well. So don't be so down if you're not at the higher positions. It just means that you're not ready yet, or you don't have a big enough team yet, or you don't have enough customers yet, or you don't have a strong base yet, which is fine. You rather become the next position with a strong base, with some leaders in your team. And you want to keep working until you get those leaders so you can upgrade your position to the next position as well. I'm letting all of you know now that whether you're a planner on the call, whether you're a manager in the call or senior manager, team leader, or director in the call, that, going from planner all the way to MD is just doing simple things over and over again that got me to here, right? It's a simple meetings and pop-ups and Zoom calls and trainings that got me from planner all the way up to national director as well. And let me tell you this, at national director, it's a great position because why? You obviously get great freedom. You obviously get great income. It's a great lifestyle, great income every month. Money comes in every 30 days. I didn't have to get all the customers, but guess what? I have tens of thousands of customers today. And off all those customers, as a national director, I make a percentage of everything. So when you do get to the higher positions, which of course I would love to see all of you get to the higher positions, it truly is a great position because now you have very, very strong passive income, right? At team leader, at director, you're going to be still running, you're going to be still working. But when you really get to the higher positions, trust me on this, it's worth it. It's worth it because now you truly have that freedom lifestyle to do what you want, when you want, with whoever you want, right? And of course, all of us will love to have freedom, right? All of us would love to have more time back in our lives again. And that's why our compensation plan is truly one of the most amazing compensation plans, because it helps you and it's a vehicle to help you get your freedom back in your life. I believe that all of us today work very hard because obviously we're working hard at our job or at our business, obviously to earn income, to provide for our families, to provide for our kids, whether it's the tuitions, college tuitions, to live a great life, to live a abundant lifestyle, or maybe you give back to the charity or to what you want to give back to the society. Whatever your reasons are, obviously, we work hard today for a reason, right? And of course, as we get older, and of course, all of us do get older every year, we understand that as we get older, we realize how valuable the time is in our life, right? And how important each day is, because every day goes by so fast, every single month goes by so fast, every year goes by so fast. And we understand that life is short, right? And that's why that every time we have, we need to cherish it. And if we could cherish it with the people that we love, we could cherish it with the people that we care about, and we could travel with them, enjoy life, and not be a slave to a job, then we know that for many years ahead of us, we could truly have freedom. And I truly love Remon because our compensation plan really can give you that freedom to allow you to do what you want. See, me doing a Zoom call like this, I don't consider really this doing work. Because why? I enjoy Remon. I love Remon. I love training. I love doing what I do. So for me, it's not really working. I enjoy it. Even if I wasn't getting paid, I might be still doing this, right? I don't know. But even if I wasn't part of it, I would maybe doing something similar to this, but I'm glad that it's with Remon, right? So, all of you, of course, love Remon. You appreciate Remon. You love the products. Some of you are brand new. You're still learning about Remon today. Obviously some of you, this is your first few days. But understand that, if you're brand new and you're new with us and you're still learning about us today, you're learning about the compensation, it's okay you don't understand everything today. I had to hear it multiple times to understand the compensation plan. But know that, you only get better by doing more here in Remon. You only get better by attending more orientations and trainings and compensation trainings and Zoom calls and meetups and pop-ups. That's the only way you get better in this company and this business. So if all of you want to become better, just do more. Just attend more Zoom calls, attend more pop-ups, attend more meetings. do more pop-ups, do more demonstrations, do more facials, right? And the more you keep on doing and doing and doing, you're gonna become better. You're gonna learn the compensation plan. You're gonna learn about team building. You're gonna become a better team builder. You're gonna become better in customers. And like I said, and the only way you move up and the only way that happens is by you doing more. And I know that many of you are right now on the right track because many of you are working with the right leaders. And if you're working with any team leader on the call right now, you are super lucky to be working with a team leader that can guide you and help you along the way as well. And of course, all the directors, of course, are doing a phenomenal job right now because we have now many directors doing well on the North American side as well as the Asia side as well. This year, Remon 2025, is going to be one of the biggest years coming for our company as well. I'm letting all of you know that we have so much ahead of us, what's going to happen with all these announcements, all the countries opening up right now. Literally by the end of this year in 2025, we'll be already in 10 countries operating our Remon business in multiple countries. And you're going to see leaders pop up at Philippines, leaders pop up at Malaysia, leaders pop up at Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, all over the world, US, Canada. I mean, Mexico. We're going to be everywhere with so many people now, with so many different backgrounds and ethnicities coming into Remon, operating this on a global, international scale. And if you can see what I see, it's going to be a huge, massive operation operating in 10 plus countries by the end of this year, at offices in all these countries, events happening every single day, every single month in these countries, with new stories coming out, new success stories coming out from all different countries. And you're going to see some of the biggest breakthrough moments for some of the leaders in the company right now as well. So, take this time to, really just get good at doing Remon and, doing meetings and practicing or whatever you may have to do. But this is the time to be laser focused because this year is going to be a big year. So I appreciate all of you joining us tonight. I know it's late for many of you and in the East Coast and in the West Coast as well. And of course, it's already afternoon in Asia. So looking forward to seeing so many of your promotions and looking forward to, of course, seeing so many of you change your life through Remon, and looking forward to obviously traveling and doing a lot of business with many of you as well. So thank you all for joining today. I hope today you got some good information about our compensation plan, as well as some basic information and a few insights to help you, of course, grow your Remon business. So have a good night, have a good morning, have a good day. We'll see you guys on the next call.